Turbo conquering Mega Eagle. Alright folks. Okay, my Jonsereds have been multiplying here since the last time you saw my 801, which I still haven't got fixed. This little 50's appeared. Like, the eventual aim is to get the whole lineup of all metal Jonsereds. But today I've got to fix the only one that actually works. Has developed a little fault with a starter, so let's have a look at the 621. Okay, so I've known about this problem for a little while. I've kept doing temporary fixes on it, you know. You know, these are very reliable saws, and it's quite funny how, well, they're known as the all metal Jonsereds, I suppose, because these were, you know, the first really popular saws that they made, and after this series, a lot of the components went to plastic, but you know, pretty much everything on these, apart from the guard, the electrical bits, the fuel caps, and the bits we're going to have a look at today, are metal, and it's a non-metal part that's causing this starter issue. Yeah. Oh. So this is the recoil starter. We've got a little screw in the centre there, yeah, and underneath that screw is a washer, a metal washer, big disc, and then underneath that there's a sort of nylon bushing which has to that the pulley runs on, basically, and it's meant to sprace this washer off the housing underneath that the screw bolts to. Yeah. So what's happened is the nylon got chewed up. Yeah. And then this screw started tightening up more because the nylon reduced in size. So now if I do that screw up tight, I'd had Loctite on it, so it's a bit hard to. If I do the screw up tight, oh, it's not going to. I could probably be able to demonstrate it now. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit. If the screw's tight now, the pull start doesn't return. But the thing with that is, the pull start will actually tighten it up. So if I leave it a little bit loose, I don't know if I can make it do it again, because I put Loctite on it. This is a temporary measure. it's not going to do it. That Loctite's still gumming it up. Oh, there we go. You know, it's starting to do it. Basically, the direction of travel of the pulley will tighten the screw up eventually when the Loctite lets go. And you know, the other thing is, this is a really ancient magnesium casting, and it's all gone black. Where there's no paint, it's basically gone black and started oxidising. So the Loctite isn't really that grippy, and just a matter of time before it goes wrong. So we'll take this apart. Let me move the camera away from my face. I can have a shot of my gut instead. Yeah, you can see that. You can see everything you need to see there. So pulley on the outside, the white is the I think it's nylon, pretty sure it's nylon, and then in the centre there's the housing. So that's the same bit of metal as this die-cast mag. So I'm pretty sure I can get this out. I measured it without messing around with the spring. This is one of the easier recoil starters to mess around with, to be honest. It's not. I don't really mind the spring coming out, but I'm pretty sure we don't have to take it out anyway. There we go. And this is the bit of nylon. Now I'm just going to put that screw back on, otherwise I'm going to turn away and it's going to end up shooting the pulley halfway across the workshop and knackering my spring. Okay, so this is very interesting. I basically pulled the innards out of this pull start mechanism, put the plastic and the washer back on, and I've done the screw up. Not even that tight. It's tight. It's nipped up. Yeah, it's nipped up. So I've still got 4.5 play. This pulley can move in and out along that piece of nylon, but it's very tight. Yeah. So I'm deducing that the plastic's actually softened up a little bit, and when I'm doing that screw up tight, it's pulling the plastic down and actually squeezing the plastic out. You know, like a rubber bung with, you know, like if you've got one of the Camlock rubber bungs. Yeah. So that's good. No, there's a couple of things I could do here. I could just shave a little bit off the end, but the fact that this plastic's gone a bit softer and is now blowing out sideways means that it's probably going to wear quite a lot quicker. And but I'll keep this bit of plastic and put it to one side, because I've got another nylon. Yeah. So this is there's you know, loads of different types of your plastics and that. This is nylon 6. Yeah, the main engineering plastics, the main nylons, if you pump something in on eBay, are nylon 6 and nylon 66. Yeah? This is actually, mechanically, this is slightly inferior to the 66, but allegedly this has far greater resistance to hydrocarbons than nylon 66, which, despite being a bit tougher, and has better chemical resistance, doesn't have as good resistance to hydrocarbons, which are most likely going to be the substance that attacks this, being in a chainsaw filled with petrol and bar oil. So let's we'll hack a bit of this off, put it in the lathe, and see if we can reproduce this lump of plastic and produce something that will work in this saw that's a little bit better. I've thrown bits of plastic in the lathe before, but I've never really tried any of the things that we're going to have to do here. So I'll have to use the boring bar on this, and also burnish it, which I believe is possible with the plastics, but I've never tried it. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of learning going on today. Alright, so that seems to work quite nicely. I've got that screw done up as tight as I possibly can do it with a little screwdriver, and there's no binding at all. Yeah, so I'm sure it won't last forever. On another note, getting castor bean oil for the chainsaw smells like the best thing I ever did. Dump truck is coming along. I am currently working on it. I just had to do this little job because I was getting a bit pissed off with that. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, so yeah, I messing around with the nylon. I wish I'd done this before, because I mean, obviously it's a very, very useful material for bushings and whatnot. I'm glad I bought a nice big lump of it, and what I expect you'll see it in quite a few places. The biggest difficulty I had, weirdly, wasn't getting a decent finish on it. I just went, just took it really slow with the same knackered carbide cheapo bit I had in the lathe tool post for the last week anyway. So that wasn't the problem. Didn't have to burnish it or anything. Got a nice smooth finish just with the lathe at a high speed, running the tool over it slowly. Biggest problem I had was just feeling it, just feeling how much material you're removing, because normally there's a bit of resistance there across the a bit of resistance on the cutter, and you can tell by the swarf that's coming off it how much material you're taking off on steel or alley or brass or anything like that. But there's obviously no resistance, and the second you touch it with the cutter, the swarf just goes boof, so you can't even see it. But yeah, definitely a very, very useful material to have around the shed. If there's anyone else out there that sniffs at the mere idea of having a lump of plastic to work with in the shed, then I suggest you change your attitude. You don't have to listen to me. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Alright, bye bye.